Ever wondered where and how mixed martial arts or MMA began? It's a tale that takes us back to the earliest days of human competition. The ancient Greeks introduced a form of MMA to the Olympic Games as early as 648 BCE, with a sport known as pankration, a no-holds-barred mix of boxing and wrestling revered for its brutality and raw expression of human strength. Fast forward to the 20th century, the birth of modern MMA is often attributed to the creation of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or UFC, in 1993. This was a groundbreaking event, marketed not just as a spectacle of strength and skill, but as a quest to find the most effective martial art in real, unarmed combat situations. It was a fusion of styles, a test of versatility, and an open invitation for martial artists from diverse backgrounds to prove their mettle. And so, the stage was set for a new kind of sport, a hybrid of various martial arts disciplines. The UFC played a significant role in the evolution and popularization of MMA. This assertion is as undeniable as the impact of a well-delivered roundhouse kick. The Ultimate Fighting Championship, or UFC, has been instrumental in transforming the landscape of mixed martial arts. In the early days, the sport was often labeled as too violent, sometimes even barbaric. But the UFC, with its forward-thinking approach, introduced a set of rules and weight classes. This strategic move was designed to make the fight safer, more structured, and above all, more appealing to a broader audience. Suddenly, MMA was not just about brute force. It was about strategy, technique, and discipline. The year 2001 marked a significant turning point for the UFC and consequently for MMA as a whole. The organization was acquired by Zuffa, a company that had a clear vision for the sport's future. Zuffa recognized the untapped potential of MMA, and they were ready to bring it to the global stage. Under the new management, the UFC began to enjoy increased media exposure. Fights were now being broadcasted on television, reaching audiences far beyond the traditional confines of the octagon. This exposure helped MMA break into the mainstream, attracting a diverse fan base that spanned continents and cultures. But it wasn't just about the fans. For aspiring fighters, the UFC became a beacon of opportunity. It offered a platform for athletes from various martial arts backgrounds to showcase their skills and compete at the highest level. Fighters from boxing, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and many other disciplines found a home in the UFC's octagon. As the UFC grew, so too did the sport of MMA. The organization's success story has inspired the emergence of other MMA promotions worldwide, each contributing to the sport's continued evolution and popularization. With these changes, MMA morphed from a brutal spectacle into a respected sport. Thanks to the UFC's pioneering efforts, MMA has gained recognition as a legitimate and highly skilled athletic endeavor. It's a testament to how far we've come, and a promise of the exciting journey that still lies ahead. Behind the rise of MMA, there are notable figures who have shaped the sport. Among them is Royce Gracie, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu legend. His victories in the early days of the UFC showcased the effectiveness of grappling and submission techniques, forever changing the way MMA fighters train and compete. His legacy is etched in the foundations of the sport, ensuring that his influence will resonate for generations to come. Then we have Ken Shamrock, often referred to as the world's most dangerous man. His explosive strength and wrestling expertise made him a formidable opponent in the octagon. He was among the pioneers who helped popularize MMA in North America, demonstrating the thrilling spectacle the sport could offer. Next up is Ronda Rousey, a name synonymous with women's MMA. She shattered the glass ceiling with her Olympic judo pedigree and her fierce fighting spirit. Her dominance in the UFC not only cemented her status as a top-tier fighter, but also opened doors for women in the sport, proving they could headline major events and draw massive audiences. Conor McGregor, the notorious Irishman, brought an unprecedented level of charisma and showmanship to MMA. His knockout power and unique fighting style captured the public's imagination, while his larger-than-life persona made headlines worldwide. His impact extends beyond the octagon, as he has become a cultural phenomenon, significantly boosting the sport's popularity. Lastly, Khabib Nurmagomedov, the undefeated Russian Eagle. His relentless wrestling and suffocating ground game were virtually unmatched in the sport. He retired with an impeccable record, leaving behind a legacy of discipline, respect, and an unwavering dedication to the sport. These fighters, each with their unique styles and personalities, have elevated MMA to new heights. Their extraordinary careers have not only entertained millions but have also reshaped the sport, setting new standards and pushing the boundaries of what's possible inside the octagon. These fighters have left an indelible mark on the sport, inspiring a new generation of athletes. MMA is a blend of various martial arts techniques and rigorous training. This blend creates a multifaceted sport, which requires mental agility and physical prowess. At the core of MMA techniques are three key elements: striking, grappling, and submission holds. Striking in MMA is a potent fusion of punches, kicks, elbows, and knee strikes. It borrows heavily from boxing, Muay Thai, and other traditional striking martial arts. The art of striking is about precision, power, and timing. It's not merely about throwing punches or kicks, but knowing when and where to strike for maximum effect. Grappling is another critical component of MMA. It involves taking an opponent to the ground, maintaining control, and applying effective techniques to gain an advantageous position. It's an intricate dance, a chess match of human bodies. Judo, wrestling, and sambo have all influenced the grappling techniques used in MMA. Submission holds, on the other hand, are the game enders. These are techniques that force an opponent to surrender due to pain or the threat of injury. They range from chokes to joint locks and are influenced by Brazilian jiu-jitsu, judo, and other grappling arts. But mastering these techniques requires more than physical training. Mental fortitude is equally crucial. MMA athletes have to keep their cool under pressure, strategize on the fly, and overcome the fear and pain that come with the sport. It's a mental game as much as it is physical. The physical training, though, is intense. It involves strength and conditioning workouts, skill drills, sparring sessions, and recovery practices. It's about pushing the body to its limits, and then some. Traditional martial arts have significantly influenced MMA. They provide a foundation, a starting point. But MMA has evolved, integrating these traditional techniques into something new, something uniquely its own. MMA athletes are some of the best conditioned athletes in the world, mastering a variety of disciplines. They embody a combination of strength, agility, endurance, and mental toughness that few other sports demand. It's a testament to their dedication, their passion, and the rigorous training they undergo. As MMA continues to grow, it faces both challenges and opportunities. One of the primary challenges is the concern over athletes' health, particularly regarding concussions and the physically demanding nature of the sport. Critics argue that the sport carries an inherent risk of injury, which is further exacerbated by the intense weight-cutting practices many athletes undertake before fights. This has led to calls for stricter safety measures and regulations to ensure the well-being of fighters. Simultaneously, there's an ongoing debate around pay equity within the MMA industry. Despite the sport's increasing popularity and revenue, many fighters still struggle with low pay, especially when compared to their counterparts in other professional sports. This issue has sparked a demand for a more equitable distribution of the sport's revenue among its athletes. Despite these challenges, the world of MMA has seen several exciting developments. One of the most notable is the rise of women fighters who are breaking barriers and challenging gender norms. Fighters like Ronda Rousey and Amanda Nunes have not only dominated in the ring but have also become international stars, inspiring countless others to follow in their footsteps. Moreover, the international appeal of MMA is undeniable. Fighters from around the world are making their mark on the sport, highlighting its universal appeal and the diversity of its athletes. This global reach has further solidified MMA's place in popular culture, influencing movies, TV shows, and video games, and making it a staple in the world of sports entertainment. Looking to the future, MMA is set to continue its upward trajectory. Advancements in training techniques, an increasing focus on fighter welfare, and the potential for greater revenue sharing all point to a bright future for the sport. The continued integration of traditional martial arts, the rise of new international stars, and the growing acceptance of women in the ring are all trends to watch. Despite the hurdles, MMA's thrilling blend of martial arts disciplines, athlete dedication, and raw competition ensures its place in the global sports arena. So, we've taken a whirlwind tour of the history and evolution of MMA. We've journeyed through time, from its roots in ancient combat sports to its modern incarnation as a thrilling global phenomenon. We've seen how the UFC played a pivotal role in popularizing MMA, transforming it from a niche sport into a worldwide sensation. We've met some of the key figures who've left an indelible mark on the sport, their careers and achievements inspiring countless others. We've delved into the demanding world of MMA training, exploring the diverse techniques and rigorous regimens that shape these athletes. We've also taken a hard look at the current state of MMA, examining its controversies, criticisms, and the challenges it faces. Yet, despite these hurdles, MMA continues to evolve, adapt, and thrive. As we look to the future, one thing is clear: MMA will continue to captivate audiences worldwide with its unique blend of athletic prowess, strategy, and sheer heart.